What is up, guys? It is Sam the Raid Man. Welcome back to the final episode of the Wheel of Factions, everyone's favorite raid game show. We obviously have more series planned. Today we're going to spin the wheel and it's going to land on one faction, probably the Undead Hordes. That's where my money is. And we're going to build a clan boss team entirely out of champions from this faction. We have two new series next, and I'll let you guys, kind of wait in suspense until we announce those. But I'm very excited. It's going to be continuing some of the wheel madness and clan boss fun that you guys seem to really enjoy from my account. So let's go ahead and spin the wheel, see which faction it's going to be, and then we'll talk about some of the champions we're going to use for today's last episode. Believe it or not, it's the Undead Hordes. So we can go ahead and remove them from our empty wheel, prepare that for the next video. So let's take a look at the Undead Hordes, see who we're thinking about using today for our last clan boss team. This is your chance to get a free Karato Fox Hunter by clicking the link in the description now. You will get Karato as well as 3 amazing epics, Fane, Ugo, and Vergis. I have 4 simple steps for you to redeem this code. Step 1, log out of Play and Play on your PC and uninstall it. Step 2, click on the link in the description of this video and register with a brand new email address. Step 3, launch raid and complete the tutorial. Final step, go to your inbox and collect your champions. This is your chance to get a great head start in raid, so make sure you click on this link. So for clan boss, there's some interesting champions because from the legendaries, not a ton of really clan boss champions, right? Bad Owl's not bad. Nethril is not bad. Urost is a good ally protector. Siphi is a good support champion, but they're very strange. Seeker is very good, Vogoth is good, Anox is very good, Frozen Banshee is good. So there are good champions here, but when we go, like guys know you've seen enough of these episodes now, but the first thing I do is look at buffs, right? When I go to this faction, is there any unkillable buffs? And there actually is inside this faction. It is Kafru, who places unkillable on this champion for 1 turn and taunt. Is that it? I'm trying to remember exactly how his kit works. So I think he would be the stun target, but he can't keep your team alive because he's involved in a man-eater team. So that's not going to work. So outside of unkillable, do we have any block damage champions? Not really. Seducer's got it in a weird way, just like Calamitus has his in a weird way. So then I'm like, other buffs we need is ally protection. So that's probably going to be Urost if we do that. Ally protection is a great way to keep your team alive. Strengthen on all allies and ally protection is great. And he brings a surprising amount of damage via poison. So that's definitely a good option. Increased defense is another good one. Seeker and Anax is both their passive. So really it's Siphi, Mausoleum Mage, or Doomscreech. If anybody, it's probably Siphi. But the issue with Siphi is her buffs are on a 4-turn cooldown. So to bring her in, you would kind of need a increased buff duration champion. And I don't really know if we have any of those in this faction. Looking at it, we don't have anybody that increases buff duration. So Siphi is not out, but probably not the best option. Okay, so other champions from the Undead Hordes. Debuffs we want to look at. We want to look at decreased defense and weaken. To decrease defense, we have Calamitus, we have Anax, Vlad, Rhodos, Saito, and then weaken, Anax, Calamitus. So we do have Calamitus, and the Calamitus is an interesting option because I typically think of him as a Hydra champion with his AoEs, hexes, and decreased defense and debuff spreading. But on his first form, he could kind of be good here. So this is an AoE, it crits, and he places unkillable if he kills somebody. But this one right here is on a 3-turn cooldown, attacks one enemy 4 times. Everything in his kit has 80% or has an extra 20% chance of critting, meaning you only need 80%. Block buffs, decrease defense, weaken, and decrease speed, all on a 3-turn cooldown. So the only real debuff we're missing is decrease attack. He poisons himself, will probably come from Urost if we're going to do it that way. I don't know, Anax is good too because he brings decreased defense, weaken, and poison. But we don't really need poisons a ton, and he's a little squishier. So those two are kind of tight in terms of who we'd want to use. So Seeker would be great in terms of going faster. Vogoth is not a bad shot for going longer. Do we have any champions who bring decreased attack at a good rate? Not really what I want to see. So Necrets is on his A1. Vogoth is on his A2, but it's only if someone gets provoked, and the clan boss can't get provoked. Crypt-king is on his A1, so we could do HP burn with Crypt-king. I just don't know if he's worth bringing in for that. Balthus is decreased attack on the A1, but he doesn't bring in much else. UDK is decreased attack. I don't have him booked. I hate UDK. If you guys are unfamiliar with me, I do not like UDK at all. 4-turn cooldown, decreased attack is not going to be good enough. 3 turns probably not going to be good enough, but 4-turn is definitely not going to be good enough. So if we go anywhere, we'll probably go with Necret or Crypt-king, but it's just tough. Like, I just really don't know who else to consider for this team. Like, Siphi Rhodos isn't bad, Anax isn't bad. Like, we could definitely just go with a fast team. I don't really think Fabian has a place here. We could try and find something with Mashal, like a Mashal based faster team, and then just go super, super fast. So yeah, I'm going to look into it. There are some good champions here. It's really about how do we piece them together to build a coherent team. I don't think this is going to hold up to the Sacred Order one. That's a pretty high bar to beat, but let's see if we can get in the top 50% of other factions. Okay, we have got our 5 champions built. We've got a pretty exciting team. It's a Mashald White Whale. So it is using Mashald basically to make our team go 2-1. And then inside of that team, I think the main champion we have is urost. So urost has got ally protection and strengthen on the whole team on a 3-turn cooldown. He also places poisons on the attacker. So he's going to be damage and support. He's just built very, very tanky. 98k HP, 5600 defense, full crit rate, and 313 on the accuracy, 253 speed. Next up, our other support champion is Mausoleum Mage. He's going to keep us affinity friendly, and I put him in a guardian set, so a secondary ally protector. No masteries, so he is going to be 3900 on the defense, 77k on the HP, and pretty bad stats. Otherwise, realistically, HP helps a little bit, but mostly we just care about defense and keeping him alive. So let's see if we can glyph up some of this defense. Every little bit helps, and he's going to be taking a lot of damage, so we'll make sure that he is going to be healing back up. Okay, so that's Mausoleum Mage. He's going to be going and stopping us from getting decreased attack or the stun. So that's helpful. Then we have our damage. We're actually going to be using the Calamitus for decreased defense and weaken. Figure he would do more damage than NX. That's my hope. So he's got a 3-turn cooldown, decreased defense, and weaken. And build him with just as much damage as possible. Put a little relic on him. 8,180 attack. He only needs 80 crit rate. 379 with the crit damage. He's got a little bit of inbuilt ignore defense. Then we've got 4% from the clan boss, so should be doing a lot of damage. And we've got Helm Smasher on his mastery. And then next up we have, let me think, or let me check my list. Mashald, obviously, the engine of the team to make us go 2-1. Mashald kind of just in ragtag pieces, 7,000 attack, low defense, very, very low defense, lower than I realized. Potentially should rebuild that, but that's okay. He's going to place increased speed on us, 239 speed, 7,000 attack, 2,100 defense, 306 on the crit damage, 260 on the accuracy because he also provides leech. And then lastly, we're actually bringing in crypt-king Grawl. He's our stun target, but he's also HP burn, and most importantly, he's decreased attack. The only really good decreased attack option we had. 60% chance of placing it on the A1, 100% if they're under HP burn, which it should be a decent amount. I've turned off the A3. He's kind of built for damage, but not really. So 195, 2,400 defense, 6,300 attack. We will see. Everyone will have increased defense up most of the time, if not all the time, from Mausoleum Mage. Everyone will have strengthen up most of the time from Urost the Soul Cage, so we should be buffed up. It's pretty survivable, and then everyone is built for damage with the exception of Mausoleum Mage. So, Calamitus, prioritize the A2, then the A3, don't do the Metamorph, and then the A1 is solid. Mashald, prioritize the A2 and then the A3, but we need to delay this by 1 turn. Urost, prioritize the Soul Bounty. I actually am going to check really quick. His A1 or his A2 hits harder, if we should turn that off. So this is a 0.2, A1 is a 0.22 HP, and this one is a 0.24. So they're both weak, but this one is slightly better. So prioritize the A3. We'll have to delay this a little bit. Mausoleum Mage, we're not going to use the cleanse. We're just going to be using the increased crit rate, increased defense, and block debuffs on a 3-turn cooldown, then just the A1. Again, on a 1-turn delay. Like we said with crypt-king, use HP burn, then just do decreased attack. So definitely a little bit squishier than we intended, but that's okay. We're going to manual the first section, basically just to make sure that Urost will A2 and A1. Once he does that, everyone else is pretty much good. A1 here, Mashald A3, Calamitus A2, crypt-king Grawl A2, perfect. Urost A1, and then we should be good to go. Everyone will start doing their abilities at the right time, and then around turn count 5 or 6? No, sorry, a little bit later than that. Turn count 9 is when this really falls into sync. Now you can see we did receive a debuff, meaning that if we were on Spirit, that would be an issue. Spirit is always an issue for a lot of these teams. But around turn count 9, we'll start having much more consistency with the team. We could have cleansed there, but we'd have to manual the rest of it, and I'm not super concerned about crypt-king losing a single turn. Now, I will say an issue with this team, just in a little bit of testing, I did about 10 turns just to make sure the team was running correctly. We'll get a lot of debuffs, especially from Urost passive, and then we get some random ones like block buffs and stuff like that from both Calamitus and Mashald, but that can stop us from getting decreased defense and weaken or decreased attack. So right now we have neither decreased defense nor weaken. And we do have decreased attack, that's great, but we're going to have a hard time placing those debuffs. All right, that should be the last stun that we actually take. We're almost fully in sync. Kind of narrate us a bit to that point. Again, we basically have double ally protection between the Guardian set 1 Mausoleum Mage, and then the obviously actual ally protection of urost Soul Cage. A1 hits pretty hard on Calamitus. He's going to be probably the majority of our damage, but I think urost is going to do good. I think Mashal's going to do good. I think Mausoleum Mage will do literally nothing, like 1 million or less, and crypt-king is going to maybe do a few million. Okay, turn count 9. We are fully in sync. We are truly 2-to-1 at this point. Everyone is taking 2 turns, with the exception of Mashal, who's taking 3. So basically everyone's getting all of their abilities back, every single turn, trying to place something. And there's the ally protection. I think that's right. Mashal loses the ally protection on the first AoE, but besides that, everyone else should be good. Well, I don't know how far this will go. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the Wheel of Factions results so we can input our last faction in here and see where the Undead Hordes ends up. I'm pretty optimistic this team can at least get to the middle of the pack, but we will see. I would love to see a 2-key here. I think that would be awesome. Well, good news is we crushed the 2-key goal already at 41 million, but the bad news is Mausoleum Mage is very, very close to dying. I do think we needed about 1,000 more defense and a little bit less attack on some of these champions, but a bit of an oversight on my part. There goes Mausoleum Mage, so there's going to go our stun target, our stun control, and our increased defense. So that's going to hurt us. I think we're going to fall apart pretty quickly. I don't think we can reach the 50. So that's unfortunate. He was just taking too much damage with all the ally attacks and no defense, basically. I don't think too bad of a result. I like the team a lot, 2-to-1, and I think urost is legitimately one of the best ally protectors for clan boss in the game. I will hope to find him and use him in the next series. Boom, little brimstone proc, 48.1 at the end. So, all right, so then our number 1 damage dealer was Calamitus, and he did 9 million. We'll round up a little bit. So where does this put the Undead Hordes? Right in between the dwarves and the ogre tribes. So upper middle, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then there's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 7 out of 15 is just inside the top 50%. Definitely could have passed ogre tribes and maybe dark elves, but that's where we hit the wall. I don't think we're touching skinwalkers. I think the top 4 is pretty set. So just to kind of recap a little bit of this, high elves, night revs, pretty disappointing. Orcs, disappointing. Lizardmen was probably one of my biggest disappointments. I thought that could do a lot better. Same thing with barbarians. We have a Laz, still couldn't make it work. Bannerlords and up, I'm honestly pretty happy with. These were all easy 2 keys. We had 4 1 keys. And the ones at the top are obviously amazing. Demon Spawn, Shadowkin, and Skinwalkers, all super cool because they weren't using like crazy team comps. We just had really good champions and really good builds. So anyways, I will probably make a video kind of recapping biggest surprises, biggest letdowns, biggest, standouts of all the factions. And then obviously, like I keep mentioning, we have our 2 video series coming up where we're going to be basically spinning different wheels and making new fun clan boss compositions. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you're interested in that content, subscribe to the channel for more of this. And I will see you guys on the next one.